Hi, my name is Melissa Giles, and this video is called "Are You Taking Responsibility?" This is chapter 19 of Proverbs. Better is a poor person who walks in his integrity than one who is crooked in speech and is a fool. Are you doing what you say you're going to do? Right. I get it. Desire without knowledge is not good, and whoever makes haste with his feet misses his way. So if you have a desire to do something, right, and you're not getting the knowledge to do it, then how are you supposed to do it, right? So, with everything, if you have a desire in your heart, when you have a desire in your heart, you have to figure out how you're going to do it, right? Okay. But without the knowledge of doing it, then how can you do it? You can't, right? So when a man's folly brings his way to ruin, his heart rages against the Lord. And how can you blame? You cannot blame. You can blame all you want, but it's going to keep you stuck. I'm trying to get comfortable. It's going to keep you stuck in whatever patterns that you're in because you're not taking responsibility for what you're doing, and you're blaming other people or even God for what's going on with your life. So if you have the knowledge and the understanding and the wisdom, such as Proverbs teaches you, and then the 10 Commandments, that is the way of life, because that's the Lord's thinking, and also with Proverbs, then you have nobody to blame other than yourself. Wealth brings many new friends, but a poor man is deserted by his friend. A poor man doesn't really have friends, or they have people that will keep them stuck. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies will not escape. Many seek favor of a generous man, and everyone is a friend to a man who gives gifts. Right? Like if a rich person has material possessions that they're willing to give you as a gift, then you're going to take it, and then you're going to be the man who gives gifts his friend, and you're not going to be the friend to who they would say like the poor man who has nothing but has a good heart. They're not going to be his friend to gain any kind of knowledge or wisdom, right? Because he doesn't have anything to give. The only thing that he has to give is great advice. And if they give great advice, well, then he's going to blame the poor man because that person doesn't want to take responsibility and go with a guy that has the money and to give the gift. And that's sad. That's really sad. All a poor man's brothers hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursues them with words but does not have them. And that's exactly what I was just talking about. Whoever gives sense loves his own soul, but he who understands with understanding discovers good. And this is all the 10 Commandments too, basically 9 and 10, all throughout this chapter 19. A false witness will not go unpunished. He who breathes out lies will perish. It is not fitting for a fool to live in luxury, much less for a slave to rule over princes. I like that. I like that. I like it because, a lot of times the one that is labeled as the fool has more wisdom than somebody who thinks that they're wise. And I say that because happiness is, there's only 1 or 2% of the world that know what happiness is, right? And they know the wisdom, they've gained the wisdom and the understanding and the knowledge of wisdom, and that's what makes them happy. Okay, and happiness, whenever you realize that happiness is a choice, right? Then, much less for a slave to rule over princes, I just like that anyways. Good sense makes one slow to anger, and it is his glory to overlook an offense. The king's wrath is like the growling of a lion, but the favor is like dew on the grass. A foolish son is ruin to his father, and a wife quarreling is a continual dripping of rain. I used to be that way, like that quarreling wife that was like always jealous or wondering what he's doing, and is he cheating or whatever, and it's exactly what happened. But um, I didn't have to quarrel. It's like a nagging wife. That's what it's saying, a nagging wife, and I'll never be a nagging wife ever again. However, I have a bunch of wisdom to make me not that way. Houses and wealth are inherited from fathers, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. Slothfulness casts into a deep sleep, and an idle person will suffer hunger. Whoever keeps, that's like a plateau, like an idle person is, this could be perceived in a couple of ways, and I have a question mark by it, but however, I think that like now, like how I would perceive that is an idle person can be a person that has wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding to have wisdom, however, be a plateau in their life, and so they're going to suffer hunger anyway because they're not doing anything with the knowledge that they already have. Whoever keeps the commandment keeps his life. He who despises his ways will die, and that's listening and obeying to these 10 commandments and using Proverbs to change your way of thinking so that you may think like the Lord. Discipline your son, for there is hope. Do not set your heart on putting him to death, and that's being a parent. A man of great wrath will pay the penalty, for if you deliver him, you will only have to do it again. That's anger. You can't change a person, right? That person has to want to change for themselves. And if you try to change a person, then they're going to have resentment towards you later on. And then really, what is it going to be? Are you going to really be a true friend to them? And how can you can still be a true friend to them, but how are they going to get over that resentment? Only through love may that happen. A man of great wealth will pay. Oh yeah, I just said that. Listen to advice and accept instruction that you may gain wisdom for the future. That's obeying the commandments. Many are the plans in the mind of man, but it's the purpose of the Lord that will stand. And we've talked about this in previous videos. It's about purpose of life. It's about your calling and what you're being called for. What is desired in a man? A steadfast love, and a poor man is better than a liar. That's judgment. The fear of the Lord leads to life, and whoever has it rest satisfied, he will not be visited by harm. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish and will not even bring it back to his mouth. That's lazy. Strike a scoffer, and the simple will learn prudence. Reprove a man of understanding, and he will gain knowledge, understanding of wisdom. He who does violence to his father and chases away his mother is a son who brings shame and reproach. Cease to hear instruction, my son, and you will stray from the words of knowledge. That's listening, right? That's listening to the words of wisdom. It's getting to know what they are, and soaking in what God is telling you about your character defects, or however He's working these into your life. That's why it's important to read a chapter a day. A worthless witness mocks. A worthless witness mocks at justice, and the mouth of the wicked devours iniquity in that speech. Condemnation is ready for scoffers, and beating for the backs of fools. And that's anger and arguing. Like, what is the point in arguing, right? Somebody's view may be different than your view, and that's okay. Or there's just other ways around arguing and fighting than arguing and fighting, and that's through gaining wisdom and understanding from the book of Proverbs on how God would handle that. And as you read these and you get to know these Proverbs, He changes your way of thinking to be like Him. And with that said, this is video 19 out of 31. Thank you.